Hello and welcome to another update video about Ethereum. So Ethereum can't really get off the ground as we are heading into the weekend. Ethereum is making lower highs, but at the moment still higher lows. So it's moving into, you could argue the apex of some kind of a triangle, and we are getting really into the apex now. So maybe in the next couple of days we should see a decision here. This trend line obviously is just here for, let's call it illustration purposes, how a diagonal pattern to the upside could unfold if we break above the last high of around 1640. But until then, it's just moving sideways, and we have numerous possibilities how this could unfold here on the shorter time frame, because as you know, this is probably still some kind of a corrective wave, and there are plenty of different corrective patterns. They can extend out. They're going to move up and down. We are certainly not here short term in an impulse, which makes it difficult, which means we need to be on the lookout how these patterns morph into each other and what Elliott Wave pattern is basically put into the advantage. So at the moment we have a scenario where the wave 4 could obviously be finished. We talked about that in yesterday's video. The green wave 4 finished here, which is that main structure here, 1, 2, 3, 4. And that wave 4 could have been finished here on the on Wednesday actually, and we might now be moving up in a fifth wave. So the fifth wave would be a diagonal pattern, possible because the move of Wednesday's low has been corrective. So just a 3-wave move, it works out in an ending diagonal. We also have a possible wave 2, and as long as we're holding 1545, that assumption is reasonably likely. Below 1545, even though it doesn't strictly invalidate the diagonal count, I think it massively reduces the likelihood of the diagonal count, and this is here the support box, which so far is holding. But if it breaks, then we will probably come down into this larger area, and then the count would then be WXY, and the wave 4 would actually sit down here. And then the Y wave obviously consists of A, B, C, or maybe even another WXY, and that is going to be very likely if we lose that 1545 level. And then we have another chance to scale in here. And this is the key bullish support between 1370 and 1500. Okay, so below 1370, I think we have a big risk that we continue with a bear market. Until then, we have another chance to find support in this area. And the last pattern could be an Elliott Wave triangle. But also here, there are various possibilities how this could unfold. For example, we could see all of this as an Elliott Wave triangle of this wave 3 high. And we could say this was an A wave, B wave, C wave, D wave, E wave, and then it should move up from here. Unfortunately, there is also another possibility. Let me just think, where we could say, yes, this was basically an A wave down. The B wave will be a triangle, and then the C wave is going to come down. So B wave triangle means A, B, C, D, E. E wave will finish the B wave, and then it sells off. So, and that is what it makes so difficult in a corrective price structure to forecast where exactly we're heading. That's why it's so important, but I did explain that in yesterday's video in very much detail, and also how to understand this, how to trade this. It's so important to understand those pivot points, those decision points. And this is one of these decision points. If we hold this support area, there's a good likelihood that we move up in this diagonal pattern. And then we could reach sort of the 1800 level, maybe even a little higher. If we break down, we have another chance to reverse in this area. This is sort of where we are. We first of all need to be watching that triangle, I think, this triangle shape. And then depending on which direction we break out of the triangle, it could give us a hint in which direction we are really moving. we break out to the upside, we're probably going to follow the diagonal pattern. If we break to the downside, we have one more chance to find support at 1545. If we lose this as well, we probably come down into this green box. Now, bear in mind, it could be enough to just touch that target area and box, because if we zoom out, we still have this this channel, which Ethereum moved in since, well, you could say early September, and we did recently retest that here twice, and it could very well be that we come down to this level again. Now, interestingly enough, there's a few things that we can see and observe on the chart. If you zoom out, you can see probably or possibly the development of an head and shoulders pattern here. That would be a first clue that we could come down into this area here. So yeah, would be some kind of a reversal pattern, and it wouldn't be the first time that I tell you that this is starting to lose steam. Otherwise, you wouldn't see that much of a strong, strong headwinds up here. Okay, so it's losing steam, and I think we have good chances that the wave 4 is finally getting in or already in, but it's certainly, some kind of a corrective wave pattern, which suggests exhaustion here. So be aware of that head and shoulders pattern. That could indicate at least a temporary reversal. On the flip side, you have a pattern that you could call the diamond top pattern. That's another one. Looks very similar. Explained that yesterday on Telegram and Discord, which is not an Elliott Wave pattern, of course, but it's also a similar one where you have a high chance that this actually breaks to the downside. But in the end, with all these patterns, you don't really know until they break out. There are triangles that go down, there are triangles that go up, and so on. So, however, it can give you a clue that this is getting exhausted, and that sometimes it might be the time only for small position sizes if you trade this, or maybe not to use leverage, and just to keep extra attention on those pivot points, decision points, and trend lines and patterns, just to get a clue when they break out. Because at the moment there is no way for me to say this is going to break down, of course, as you hopefully know. So it might very well happen after the video, but the purpose of these videos is to show you what you need to be watching out for, okay? Especially in a corrective wave structure where we don't really have a clear trend. I mean, the trend is still up, but if you just take this out of the equation and just look at this, this is just range at the moment. Yeah, interesting. So I will certainly keep you updated. I hope you liked the update about Ethereum. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.